This is Dagmar Bullman. I'm right here in Costa Rica, and I'm going to teach you a few open hip poses. We'll start with tree pose. Both hip bones pointing straight forward. Allow the right leg to open out to the side. Actually, if you're mirroring me, that would be your left leg. Grounding down through your right foot. Find a place where you feel just a little opening sensation through your inner thigh. Then keeping the hips pointed forward, take your foot either above the ankle or above the knee, just not directly on the knee. Hands come to your heart center. As you continue to root down through your standing leg, draw the navel in, and then play with your center of gravity by reaching your branches way up high. And if you feel adventurous today, take your eye gaze and lift it. See what happens. If you fall out of the pose, no big deal. Just smile, call it a solo. Reach your arms all the way wide, wider than your shoulders. And then step your left foot underneath your left hand. Maybe step your right foot out. Same hip position. Tuck the tailbone under by pulling the belly button in. Really ground down through your feet. Take a look over your front knee. You should be able to see your big toe. Making sure that that knee is tracking towards the second and third toes and never coming forward over the ankle. Keep it straight up and down from the ankle. Then, your shoulders, just move them back and forth until you feel they stack on top of the hips. Flip your palms up. That helps you settle the shoulders down. Then keep the shoulder blades connected in the back, but flip your palms back. Finally, take your eye gaze over your left fingertips, somewhere in the distance. Feeling strong through the feet, rooting down. Pull the belly button in and let a sense of lift emanate from your hips up to your armpits. Then with your next inhale, flip your left palm up and tip back into a sun warrior variation. Still grounding your feet, building strength. With your next inhale, return back to warrior two. Then extending your front leg completely, kick your right hip back and reach all the way up and over as if reaching over a shelf. When you can reach no further and your left leg is completely straight without being locked, tilt your arms. Here you are in Trikonasana, triangle pose. Continue to pull your upper hip back, reaching your left hip back as well, so you lengthen the area between your armpit and your hip. Your next inhale, reach the arms even further and then slowly soften your front knee until the elbow is on the inside. Then flip your top arm up and over into extended side angle pose. Reaching from the fingertips to the back heel, back leg is straight. Take your top arm, swivel it down and back into a half bind, taking the shoulders on top of each other. Again, the shoulders and your hips face in the same direction as they faced in the very beginning during tree pose. Then, taking your hand onto your right hip, take a look over your left knee. If you need a block, maybe have a block handy on the outside edge of your pinky toe. You can now try to step halfway and find a balanced pose in floating half moon. Or maybe you feel courageous and you take that leap of faith in one strong step. Stacking the hips on top of each other, stacking the shoulders, and then perhaps reaching the arm up. You can play with your eye gaze and lift it up towards your right hand if you like. And then very slowly bending your standing knee, step way back, quarter turn, pushing the hips forward. Align the outside edges of your feet with the short edges of your mat. And from this generous back bend, keeping your heart open, exhale, fold forward into a wide leg forward fold. Allowing the arms to slide down along your legs. Maybe pull the elbows apart to drop in further. Shift your weight slightly more towards the front of your feet without clawing your toes. Then taking the hands in front, getting the hips to lift and the spine to lengthen. Lift your heels and turn them slightly in. Then send your hips down, bending the knees towards the second and third toes, hands on your hips. Lifting the chest on top of your hips, knees staying open, tracking towards the second and third toes, hands to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Goddess pose. Consider what goddess you would stand for. Perhaps the goddess of abundance, of knowing that you are enough. Perhaps the goddess of pura vida, life is good. Decorate yourself with all kinds of colors, all kinds of flowers, all kinds of scents and sounds, and feel the joy emanating from your heart. With your next inhale, blink your eyes open and reach all the way up, spreading the joy that you are. Take your hands back to your heart center. Namaste.